Hey there, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kim, your favorite yachty gal. Thank you so much for stopping in today. If you are new here, do consider subscribing. I upload beauty related content once a week, usually on Fridays. I'm working on 2 uploads a week, but for now, every Friday you can come here, come see your girl. And for all my repeat viewers, you know you are a real one and I got mad love for you. Thank you so much for the support as always. Anyways, I'm just gonna jump right into today's video. Basically, this is gonna be a makeup artist related content, as lately I feel like I've just been doing this whole makeup artist series. I don't know, well, I know why. It's bridal season and I just feel like, you know, I've just been working a lot more doing makeup, and there's a lot of people that are interested in my work and probably don't know everything that goes along with it. I feel like when it comes on to makeup, a lot of people don't really take it as seriously, especially if they're not makeup wearers. They just see it, oh, it's just makeup, and and then you have the people who don't wear makeup at all, and they're like, oh, like it's just all about natural beauty, and they just really think you wear makeup because you hate yourself and just all kinds of stuff. So I try to post videos to kind of shed some light, either for people who are just not knowledgeable about what goes on behind the scenes. Maybe it's a little bit interesting to you. Maybe you're even thinking about starting your own makeup business. So for this video, it's gonna really speak to the person who is trying to start their own makeup business, because I will be basically just sharing my experience and what to look forward to being a makeup artist, because it is not all glitz and glam. I know I'm sitting here with a full face of makeup, but best believe it is not always like this. You don't just go everywhere looking all beat and beautiful all the time. Half the time, actually, as a makeup artist, I feel like I be out here looking crazy, and I'm just like, how am I walking around with a bag full of business cards telling people that I do makeup and my face looks crazy? It's not ideal, but honestly, it's just, my daughter just walked in. I have a very busy schedule most times, and because of that, I don't always have time to, make sure that I'm all done up before I head out. But that is definitely, pick them up, baby. That's definitely one advice I will give you. If you're thinking about doing makeup, showcase your work. Showcase your work every single chance you get, okay? If you have family members, cousins, friends, people at your job, just offer to do their makeup all the time. This will probably be before you actually do, go out and get stuff for a kit. This might be in the beginning parts, like when you're just thinking about it. That's when I would suggest doing that, just because you don't want to go out and buy all these products first and then, hey baby, you're shaking my table. You don't want to go out and buy all these products, because makeup is expensive, honey. I think I have another video on like getting started and like what you really need to do as far as like what to buy and that kind of stuff, like a bare minimum kit, like a beginner kit. So this is not gonna be like that kind of video. This is more so just like advice. Yeah, so don't just go out and buy all the makeup and then dabble into it and then be like, oh, this isn't for me, and then just have all that makeup sit there, because makeup goes bad. So if you're not really using it, it's gonna go bad. Also along that lines, makeup goes bad. So in the beginning, you're not gonna have a bunch of clients, and I know for a lot of people, you're probably thinking you're gonna be a makeup artist and you're just gonna make bank right away. You won't. The first 2 years is gonna be you kind of like building your reputation, building a portfolio, kind of building your kit at the same time, figuring out techniques and products and stuff like that that work for you and what don't really, like, the hits and the misses. You will be figuring all that out within your first 2 years. So be mindful of that when you're buying stuff. If you can afford to start out buying expensive stuff right away, shoot, go for it. But just be aware that you will be wasting a lot of products because you'll be doing a lot of free work. Yes, you heard me. You'll be doing a lot of stuff for free, and I mean, that might not be for you. A lot of people don't do that. You know, some people are blessed enough to, like, when they decide to start doing makeup, they just have people right away that that they can get as clients. But I know a lot of times, like, just starting out, people kind of are looking and they're like, oh, well, who have you worked on? Like, I don't see any of your work. And then they're a little bit skeptical, and they either don't want to book you or they just don't want to pay your price. And you'll get that a lot. People just like trying to bargain your prices, and even like when you're more experienced, people do that too, but it's not gonna be as often. Usually once you've built up a reputation and you are kind of a little bit more respectable, they can look at your page and see that obviously this is what this girl does, and you know, she ain't out here playing games. Then they'll probably ask your prices, and if they can't afford it, they'll just keep it moving. But in the beginning, look forward to people constantly just being like, oh, like, I just feel like that's kind of too high, or this or that. I had a lot of those, and like I said, there was a lot of people I did completely free, which was okay for me because I needed to practice. And you're gonna want to build your portfolio. It's better to have people that you're doing for free and constantly posting stuff and showing that you are working and like different looks, versus sitting there on the products that are gonna go bad anyways, just being adamant that I paid a lot for this stuff, I'm not gonna do anybody's stuff for free. And then you're maybe posting like once every few months because that's how often you're actually getting paid clients. That's not gonna help you out either, because you know, if you're not staying relevant, basically people are just not gonna pay attention to you, and you're not gonna have as much stuff on your page when people come to look. You're just not gonna have all the looks. So you know, you just gotta bite the bullet and just do a lot of free work as much as you can. So if you want to buy specific like cheaper products to practice with, then you do that. I would advise that. I started out with really affordable products for my kid. Also know that you will have a lot of work to do. You will constantly no baby dirty, you will constantly be working. As a makeup artist, it's not all glitz and glam. I feel like I never have time to like sleep or relax or go out or do nothing. Stop touching my face, girl, and go somewhere with that. No, not no this. Yeah, I don't ever have time for any of that. Even a lot of like special days with my family, Mother's Day, like all that kind of stuff, almost every single holiday you will be working, because think about holidays, people always want to get glam. So 4th of July, New Year's, unless you tell yourself like, you know what, I'm just gonna lose out on the money and I'm just not gonna work that day, then you can do that and make an announcement, look, I'm not working on this day. But for the most part, you will be working almost every holiday. And you don't, some people do charge a separate like holiday fee. Like they will say like whatever the booking is, it'll be, can you be quiet? They'll say it'll be like an extra, you gonna go if you not gonna be quiet. Yeah, they'll say like an extra $25 if you book in on a holiday or something like that. You could try that out. Honestly, my prices are just my prices regardless of what day of the year it is. It's not your fault that it's a holiday. If I decide to work, then I just decide to work. You know, if I want the time off, then I'll just take the time off. It's not like I'm doing makeup for anybody or I work at a salon. I work for myself. So I don't feel like you should have to pay extra for me deciding to work on a holiday instead of spending it with my family or whatever. Know that you will, along with, ooh, she got crumbs all over my face. Along with, working holidays, you will have to spend so much time promoting your own business. You are gonna be pretty much, unless you just have money, like I'm saying, which most Most starting out makeup artists don't. You're gonna be like a one-man band, and it's just a lot that comes along with being a makeup artist. You're gonna have to do all your consultations by yourself. You're gonna have to think about all your advertisement. You're gonna want to, along with advertisement, you're gonna definitely have to make a Instagram page or a Facebook page for just your makeup business. Don't try to advertise to like the people on just your regular Facebook that you like grew up with and your family members and stuff like that. That's cool if you post stuff there, but you have to have a separate business page where stuff is separate. This makes you look a lot more professional, and this will help people, like when they come to look at your work and they see, okay, you have this many likes or this or that, they know that these people like your work or they like your page because they know that it's a makeup page and they like your work. Versus, like, for example, on Facebook, I have like 5,000 plus people on my friends list. But on my business page, I just created it last year. I'm like at like 500 likes. If they went on my page and saw like 5,000 friends, that doesn't mean that these 5,000 people support my makeup business or even know anything about it. You know what I mean? So it's just not gonna be the same as having a professional page. Plus, if they went on my on my personal page and was trying to like look at my work, and like they're looking and they're seeing like all my personal pictures, they're seeing me out with my friends, they're seeing that I was out last weekend, you know, a bunch of pictures of me and my dog. It's just, I mean, I've done it where I've been like being nosy when I see people get tagged like as makeup artists, and I'm just like, ooh, let me see their work. And I click and I see that it's just their page. Like, most times I would just leave because I don't feel like browsing through your whole page to find your work. It should just be easily accessible. So whatever it is that you choose to do, make it easily accessible for people. People are lazy. They want it spelled out for them. If you make an Instagram page, make sure it's like it's easily accessible, and try to focus on what you want to specialize in. If you decide, like me, I do like doing like really colorful looks, like kind of like what I'm wearing today, but I do love doing bridal work as well. I had to learn the hard way. You cannot mix the two. You can't just post like just have one page and just post all your work and just like expect people to look at it and be like, oh wow, she's really versatile. I see she has some really fun glittery looks, and then she has these subtle looks, and oh wow, and she does TV and film too. Yeah, she has that right there. And you know, like, it's just all too much. If people go on your page and they see too much stuff, they're gonna be confused. So just make it easier for them. Go ahead, make a separate, like if you're doing bridal, make a bridal page or a page where you post like your more bridal or your softer looks, and then you can have a page where you post pretty much all your other work, so like your more vibrant stuff. So you know, you can kind of attract two different type of clientele. You're gonna have to make like a booking app. You know, if you're gonna advertise yourself as a business person, you're gonna have to make sure that your business, your back end is covered. It's not professional if people are like, hey, like, how do I book you? And then you're just like, oh, like, just cash at me. It's just, I don't know. I feel like, to me, that just screams like, okay, she's probably not really a makeup artist. This is just probably like a gig, like a little hobby. This is probably the person that I would expect to be like, oh yeah, bring your own foundation or this or that. No, honey, I am a full makeup artist. I have a full kit. So I will never ever need to tell a client that, okay, you need to bring this or that. Like, I can find whatever it is that you need, I guarantee. And if I don't have it, I will go and get it, because that is my job, and I want you to take me serious as a professional. I've had times where, like, I've needed people to practice on, And I have a home studio, so a lot of times people will look at that too and just be like, oh, she's not in a shop or whatever, or she's not licensed, because I am a freelance artist. I learned on my own by doing makeup and by practicing. So people will look at that and then they'll just, you know, kind of look at it. But I do make sure that whenever they actually see me show up, like either on a job, if I'm going on site like to a wedding, or if they do come to my studio, that they can look around and feel comfortable knowing that I am a professional. Everything looks professional, everything is clean, everything is sanitary, and I have everything. They can look and see that, damn, like I don't think she would have all this stuff if she wasn't working on people. And I have a big enough portfolio where I can showcase that I have done a lot of people's makeup. What else? Yeah, so make sure that you have an actual like booking app. Most of this stuff will cost, honestly, you'll be spending a lot of money being a makeup artist, and that's why you kind of have to charge accordingly, because you'll just have stuff that you have to pay for. And like I said, the first 2 years you'll probably end up like taking L's. You'll just be losing money, spending more than you're making, unless you just have a lot of clientele. But yeah, it's still completely necessary though, just because it'll definitely help you to stand out. The app that I use Acuity Scheduling. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I will try to like put it on the screen somewhere so you can read it, or I will include it in the description box if you don't see it on the screen. But yeah, so I use Acuity Scheduling. I pay, I think it's like $25 a month, which I think is pretty cool. There's probably some free apps out there I'm just not aware of, and I already have my Acuity Scheduling and I've been using it for a while and I think it's fine. So I'm probably not gonna switch because $25 a month is okay for me. But just do whatever works for you. Just make sure that it is organized and, you know, it just seems professional. Also, even if you don't like create like a booking app, you could you know, like make sure you set up your calendar where you know, you write down every booking, and that you probably sign up for Square. I think that is free to sign up, and you can get a Square card reader. That way when people come to you, you can you know, take card payments and stuff. So that's a little bit nice as well. Also, I honestly, starting out, I would advise you just get the booking app, because that way you can set up where people pay a deposit. Because I'm not cash apping nobody no deposit before I go to an appointment if I don't feel like they're professional. You know, I'm just not doing that. There's no way to guarantee with a cash app that I'm paying you for a service. There's no way to guarantee any of that. So I would just bite the bullet and get the booking app. Another thing you'll probably be paying for is along the terms of like advertisement, you'll be having to make a lot of posts. Your pictures, make sure that they are good quality. I have this camera that I'm filming on right now. I take a lot of my photos on this, and I will even touch them up sometimes. Not all the time, because for the most part, this is a pretty good camera where I can get good photos without having to do anything. And if I am touching up my photos, don't feel like I'm touching it up to like hide the fact that I didn't blend out this or that. Like, no, nothing like that, but kind of just to smooth away. Or if the client had like a stubborn pimple or something like that and I want to remove that, I can do that in editing. But yeah, like nothing too crazy where it really alters the way how my work really looked in person to give like a false appearance. You don't want to do that either, because you know, that's just not gonna be good. The minute people know that you're lying about your work, they're just not gonna trust anything that you do moving forward. If you're not that great in the beginning, just let it be known, and you know, they can see your progress and see that you're practicing, and maybe they'll offer to you know, be a face for you to practice on. What else? Make sure that you come up with client policies. I just recently created client policies. I had them, but only for like brides or like big bookings. So if I had a booking where you're booking me for like a job that's kind of like somewhat contract, like I'll make a contract to make sure that my butt is covered. But I recently just started sending contracts to every single person who books, or I make sure that on my actual booking app there are my policies that pop up before you book. That way you read them, you agree, and then you book, because I had a crazy experience, y'all, and sometimes you just have to go through things just to be like, okay, moving forward, I'm not gonna do that. But if you can avoid that, just go ahead and avoid that. Make policies from the beginning. Make sure you set out, you make it known to people, listen, this is my deposit percentage, it is mandatory, is it refundable, is it not refundable, if it is refundable, under what circumstances, and make sure it's clear under what circumstances is it not refundable. Go over your cancellation policies, just go over everything, because listen, when I tell you people will try you all the time, and you just want to make sure that your butt is covered, because people are difficult. People are so difficult, and being your own boss and doing something like makeup or offering a service, you're in the service industry, and basically customer service is gonna be all up your alley. So you're gonna be the one dealing with all your bookings and everything, and your cancellations, and like, you know, doing your consultations with your clients. And if they feel like, you know what, I changed my mind, or some people are just really flip-floppy and they just want to waste your time, you want to make sure that you are covered on the professional aspect. Oh, you think you're about to get a refund? Joke's on you, because you signed the contract and you're not allowed to do that. That way, if a client tries to take you to court or just anything at all, you are covered by your contract. Always have it in writing, y'all. Like literally, like even if it's your friend or your family, because you never know. People sometimes get it. Sometimes you'll have people who you think are people you're cool with, and they're like down to like help you out when you're starting out, and then they see that, oh shoot, you know, she's like kind of like popped off and you're making money, or they feel like you're just making this ridiculous amount of money, and maybe they want free services or something, and they feel like, oh wow, like now that you popping, you can't give me free services. I apologize for this girl. They feel like, you know, you're not giving them free services, or just whatever the case may be, and they might have some type of malice towards you, or try to like hurt your business, try to take you to court, just whatever. They might pull some straw out their hat. Yeah, just make sure you're covered. I think that's, oh yeah, that's pretty much it. Bridal, if you go into bridal, you're gonna have to charge more. I'll probably do a whole separate, there's tons of videos on like why bridal makeup should cost more. It's just a lot more work. You'll have to definitely invest in better quality products if you're doing bridal, because these are people who will be heavily photographed, and they will be, most brides get their makeup done like early in the morning, and they're going all day long. You want them to remember that that makeup lasted all day long. They were feeling very beautiful. If they're at their wedding and then all of a sudden their mascara starts running all over their face because it's not waterproof, or their lash just lifted up and just went away with the wind, like they're gonna remember these things, that oh my god, that kind of like took away from my day because I feel uncomfortable or whatever, and you just don't want that. So yeah, bridal in general is gonna cost you more money, so therefore it has to cost the client more money. Come up with your prices according to the area that you live in. Look up people around you how much they charge. You can even pretend to be a client and just like hit them up, be like, hey, so I have this event, how much do you charge for this? And just ask multiple different people, ask salon people, so you can kind of see how salons price themselves and then how other freelancers price themselves. And then just kind of fit yourself somewhere in the middle, or just wherever. If you want to put your price like right up there with everybody else, you do that. But just make sure that your work can speak to the price tag that you're attaching to it, because otherwise it's just not gonna make no sense, and you're not gonna get no bookings, because people are just gonna be wondering, okay, why is she charging this much? This person over here is charging that, and to me their work looks a lot better. There's a lot of things to factor in when you're determining your prices. I will make a whole separate video on that, because that's just something else. But yeah, so yeah, just to start off, just be aware that you will not be getting a lot of sleep. You'll be spending a lot of time having to market yourself. You will be doing a lot of correspondence with people. You'll have a lot of people that don't expect to pay, or that you should not expect to charge in the beginning, because you will realistically need practice. And that is okay. You'll need to buy a kit, so you'll need to come up with a budget, and yeah, create your policies. Make sure you have a booking app. Make sure you create a business page or a website. Just make sure you do all those things. Do your makeup when you can. That way you're out looking good. When you look good, people usually notice you, and they will probably say something like, oh my gosh, your makeup looks so beautiful, or just, you know, just, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. And then that is a window opening for you to say, oh yes, here's my business card, I do business. My business card, I do business. No, here's my business card, you know, I do makeup. Feel free to follow my Instagram page or whatever. Yeah, that's how you get that done, man. That's how you get that done. I hope this video was informative. I feel like I kind of was rambling because I didn't make notes. I just turned this camera on and started talking, honey. But I hope I got all the points that I wanted to cover. A lot of times I do these videos, and then when I'm editing, I'm like, oh my gosh, I did not mention this or that. But overall, I do feel like I covered most of the bases. There's tons of other content on here telling you what you need to know to start up. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Oh yeah, do your research. Yeah, that's the one other thing I will say. Do your research. Don't just watch my video and be like, all right, well, Kim said. No. You gotta do your research. I watch so many videos. Even now, after I'm already a makeup artist, I spend so much time like watching people's like kit videos and all kind of stuff, and I already got my kit. But it's just good to like kind of see what kind of products other artists are talking about, what they saying is good, what is not good, and just tips and advice that they're giving, because I learn a lot of things daily. Yeah, that's it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Dana, can you say bye-bye? Say bye-bye. Bye. Yay. Bye-bye. Yeah, bye guys. Thank you. I'll see you next Friday.